Faberge egg is one of the jeweled eggs made by Peter Carl Faberge and his company between 1885 and 1917. The most famous are those made for the Russian Tsars Alexander III and Nicholas II. They were Easter gifts for their wives and mothers and are called the Imperial Faberge eggs. The House of Faberge made about 50 eggs, of which 43 have survived. 2 more were planned for Easter of 1918, but were not delivered due to the Russian Revolution.
Okay, for the first part of this lesson, we're going to take a box of crowns. The best is a box of 24, but if you have 16, that's okay too. And we're going to construct the color wheel. So the color wheel, you start out with just red, yellow, and blue. And you do have to look at the crown names if you can. Yellow we'll put up at the top, red, and blue. Do you know what color yellow and red make together? Orange, and I'm looking for the one that just says orange. Yellow and red together make orange. Red and blue make what? Purple or violet. I have to find the crown that just says violet and in parentheses purple. Red and blue make violet. In between blue and yellow goes the color that blue and yellow make. That color is green, and if you guess green, good job. Now there are other colors that can go in between here. You might not know this, or you might if you are in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade. We talked about this. There are what's called intermediate colors. Intermediate colors are colors that go in between all of these other colors, and they're made up with 2 names. So in between yellow and orange is a color that is called yellow-orange. In between orange and red is a color that is actually called red-orange. The primary name always comes first. In between red and violet, can you guess? Red-violet. In between violet and blue, that would be blue-violet. Notice that the wrapper is still purple, so that can be confusing. In between blue and green, blue-green. In between green and yellow is yellow-green. Now this one's tricky because Crayola makes one that's called green-yellow, but the primary name comes first. Now for this lesson, we need to separate the cool colors from the warm colors. Now warm colors are colors that make you think hot, fire, lava, hot summer's day. Those are gonna be your yellow, your orange, your yellow-orange, your orange, your red-orange, your red. Then you think about the colors that make you think brr, cold. Let's see, cool green grass in the summer, oceans, water, mountains. These are your cool colors. Now these 2 are always kind of iffy. This one is a yellow-green and this one is a red-violet. I kind of think this one is more on the warm side and this one's more on the cool side. So now I have cool colors and warm colors. Now I have these other colors I could kind of separate out. I'm not gonna use my neutral colors. My neutral colors are like my tan, my gray, my black. I am gonna use my white. And then these colors I can separate into warm or cool too. What do you think Bluetiful goes into? Warm or cool? Cool. And the same probably for indigo and cerulean. Now what do you think about this one, scarlet? Probably warm. Pink is a tint of red, so that would be warm. This one's called violet red, that one would be warm. This one I'm kind of iffy on. If I were to draw with it, it's very, very almost yellowish, so I'm gonna put it there. So now I have my warm colors and I have my cool colors, and that's what I need. Oh, and white in the middle. And I can put these other ones in the box because I'm not gonna use them. And that's what I need for the first part of this lesson. All right, now I've got my warm colors to the side and my cool colors to the side, and I've got my white in the middle. I'm now going to draw an egg. So I'm gonna decide whether I'm gonna color my egg with warm colors or cool colors. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and use warm colors, but you can choose cool or warm. I'm actually going to use, let's see, I'm gonna go with red. At the top of your paper, and I'm using a very big paper and I'm putting it what's called portrait. Remember, this is called landscape, going across horizontal, but we're going up and down, which is called portrait. All right, up at the top of my paper, really close up to the top, I'm gonna make a rainbow curve. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna come in a little ways and I'm gonna make a rainbow curve at the top. Then I'm gonna come to the bottom and I'm gonna do a smiley face curve that goes really close to the edges of the paper. So I'm gonna come down here and it's gonna be a little bit wider than the top. So I'm gonna go way closer to the edge. Now after that, I'm just gonna connect my top rainbow curve to my bottom smiley curve. Remember, this one is wider. This one is a little bit shorter, not as wide. Okay, I'm gonna make, and I can always draw lightly until I get it right. So I'm gonna draw really light until I get the kind of look of an egg that I like. If I don't like a line that I drew, I just draw it again, a little bit light, and now I can do it hard where I want it to go. And I'm going to be left with a giant egg shape. Okay, I'm gonna continue using just my warm colors, so I'm gonna use another color. And now I get to decorate my egg. This is my favorite part, one of my favorite parts. I'm gonna come up to the top, and you can decorate your egg however you want. I'm gonna put these curves. This one I put a curve up at the top that's kind of a smiley face. And this one I put a curve at the bottom that's kind of a frowny face. Now if I want my egg to actually look round, then if I'm gonna draw lines, instead of going straight across, I draw them with a little bit of a curve to them, a little bit of a smiley face. And then when I do that, it'll make it look like my egg is curved, like an actual egg is. So instead of just going straight across, try making your lines a little curved, and it will make your egg look like it's actually going around. Now I get to put whatever designs that I want in my egg. Maybe I'm gonna put some lines. Let's see, and I'm gonna kind of get straight here, and then I'm gonna kind of curve towards the middle. It's another way to make it look kind of roundish. I'm gonna choose another warm color, and I'm gonna put some more designs in. I'm gonna put another line here, and I'm gonna put in maybe a zigzag pattern. Now I'm thinking about those Faberge eggs that I saw, the examples, and some ideas that I saw. There was one that had like little pearls on it. Watch this as well, let's see. I'll use some pink. It had like these little pearls on it all over. It was really pretty. Now the harder you push with the crayon, I can hear my little wax sound. If I'm pushing really hard, you'll hear a little snap. Right there at the end when I lift it up, that's good. You want it to be waxy because the next part will happen so much nicer. All right, I think that's probably enough. I'm gonna put some heart designs up here. I really like to draw hearts. I'm going to draw some that look like they're going all the way around. Now, if you don't know how to draw a heart, there's a couple of different ways to do it. One way is I could put two little dots, one on top of the other, and I could go up from one dot and then curve down to the bottom dot. And then I could go up here and I could curve up and then down. Another way to think about it is like candy canes. Here's a candy cane going this way, kind of on the side. Here's a candy cane going this way, and the two candy canes are meeting. Now if I go straight across, it won't make it look like it's an actual egg. So I'm gonna try to go this direction. Okay, candy cane, candy cane. Now I'm going to try to make, another way that if you have a really hard time is you can make sort of like an M shape and then just put a sort of triangle point on the end. So make an M shape and then put a triangle into it. Now I want to do some that look kind of upside down hearts. So I'm just going to do it the other way. I'm going to do M. All right, to do an upside down heart, I'm going to put what looks more like a W shape and then put a point up So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do, let's see, I'll do it over here, a W kind of shape, and then put a mountaintop on it. I'm gonna do a W shape and then put a mountaintop on it. So now I have some upside down hearts too, like a W shape with a point. Oops, I'm pushing so hard I broke my crown. That's okay, crowns still work even if they're broken. To make it look like it's going all the way around, I'm gonna do part of one over here. And I'm gonna do part of one over here. So that it looks like my design is going all the way around. Put that broken one right there. Now I'm gonna think, up here, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of lines, I think. And you know, some of those Faberge eggs had little designs on the top. That's up to you. I'm gonna come down here to the bottom and I'm gonna make zigzaggy type design. All right. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I want to add. Oops, that's a warm color. I think that for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this, but I am gonna take my white and I'm gonna put some kind of designs in it. White is really cool. It's kind of like a secret code. I put white in and it'll show up when I paint. So I'm gonna put some white lines in different places. And since I really like to add white and I like the cool thing that it does when I watercolor, I'm gonna probably add a lot of white to my design. Paint my Faberge egg. Now comes the second part of our project. The second part is going to be watercoloring. And if you don't have any watercolors at home, I will make another video that will show you how to make watercolors with food dye that you could use to do this project and any of the other projects that you see that have watercolors if you don't have watercolors. So you might not know this, but watercolors kind of have to be woken up. Right now, they're kind of asleep. Like I rub it and there's no paint that comes off onto my finger. They're sleeping. To wake them up, I have to take some water and just wake up black, wake up brown, wake up purple, wake up blue,
I'm just gonna put it together.
Wake up green, yellow, wake up orange, wake up red. Now that water, I didn't really do much but put water on top and it makes them wake up. They love to be woken up. So now they're awake and they are ready to be used. Now when you use watercolors, you don't want to dig down in the paint. You really just want to use the liquid on top. So that first drop just kind of wakes them up. Now I made my egg with warm colors, so I'm gonna paint it with cool colors to make it really pop up. Red, orange, yellow, those are warm. So I'm gonna use more of my greens and blues and violets. And you might not realize it, but this lid right here can be used to mix to make some new colors. You don't wanna mix on here because then it makes a mess. But you can mix on your paint tray right here. So I'm going to paint first with green. So I only put one drop. If I'm gonna use it, I need to put a couple more drops of water because if I don't use the water, if I dig down into the paint, it's gonna be sticky and real thick and gross. Watercolor, I just stir the top and I use the liquid. I'm just using the liquid on the top. So I'm gonna get some of that liquid and I'm gonna paint, and my white will show up. Remember I used that white? So I'm just using the liquid part. I'm not going to dig down in the paint. That makes it really thick. Watercolors are really pretty, but they're also really watery, so I need to add some more water. When I use a lot of the water, I just add more. Now my paint set only has these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. But I can make so many more colors. So I'm thinking about that color wheel I made. I'm gonna paint this part a blue-green. I have a blue and I have a green. So if I take some of the liquid from the blue and I rub it against here and put it in this different little section, and then I rinse my brush so I don't get my green messed up, I get some green and I put that liquid over here in that section. I just rub it off. What I'm gonna make when those two mix together is a blue-green. So I just made a new color and I can try it out. If I think it could add some more blue, I think I need more blue. So I'm gonna add some more blue to it by putting more blue in this section. And mixing it up. Yeah, now it's starting to get real pretty blue-green. Now I'm going to try to make a different cool color. So I haven't used violet at all yet, but I'm actually, okay, if I don't add more water, it seems kind of thick and sticky. So I'm gonna add the water. I'm just going to take the liquid and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to make myself a blue violet. So remember, that's violet with blue. So I'm going to put some violet, which is purple, over here. And then I'm going to get some blue and put it over here with it. And then I'm gonna stir and mix, and I'm gonna put it right here at the bottom. Then I'm gonna use some regular purple, just with the water, the liquid water, and I'm sure that to you looks pretty black. That's because that one was really thick. I rubbed it and it's all in one spot. So what I can do is when I've got this, I can go back and pick up some of that liquid and use it because I put a little bit too much in that one spot. So I'm just gonna pick it up, maybe add some water to it to thin it out a little bit. We're gonna say I did that on purpose to show you what you can do if it's a little bit too thick. All right, and around that, I think I'll go back to my really pretty blue-green color that I like a lot. Now you have to be careful because if you paint next to something that's wet, oh, I went and grabbed the wrong color, didn't I? That's okay. See if I mix that together. So if something's wet and I get right next to it, it's gonna run out and mix. If I like that effect, which I kind of do here, then that's fine. And if you don't, you can always paint over it. Oh, I did it again. Kind of like the color I got though. Okay, and now I have painted my egg. Now I'm going to paint the background. Now if I painted my egg with cool colors, then my background I can paint with warm colors. I could cut out the egg and glue it on some other paper. That would be really cool too. But I think I'm going to use some cool colors to make just a table in the background. And by doing that, I'm just going to draw a little line from the egg to the edge. I'm not going to draw through my egg. It's just a little line. So that way I can color maybe one color for the table and a color for the back. If I put the table right at the bottom of the egg, it's gonna look like the egg is falling off the table. So you've gotta go a little ways up to make your table. All right, now I'm gonna paint my background with warm colors. Okay, that one doesn't have enough water. I just want the liquid that's on the top. By using warm colors on the outside, I'm gonna make my egg really pop because it's made with cool colors.
In order to add depth to your painting, if you take a slightly darker color and paint it on one side of your egg, it will look like a shadow, like your egg is three-dimensional. Make sure that you blend the color in with the color that you painted underneath it.
So to make it look like it's a shadow up here at the top, I would do the same thing, which is just make it darker on this one side, which I kind of did on accident, but that actually worked out really nice. It's darker on this side of the egg. I can always add a little bit more. Let's see, I'll add just a little bit more red into it so that it looks like there's still a shadow over here on this side of the egg. And there it is. There's my watercolored Faberge kind of Easter egg. I hope you enjoyed making it, and I cannot wait to see what yours looks like and whether you used warm colors or cool colors.